What's good? Half Blind back with another college football video, and I told you I'd be back with some more news, and I definitely am. Unfortunately, we didn't get gameplay news, but we did get a trailer, and honestly, the trailer is really cool. I'm going to let you know ahead of time, though. I can't play the music of it because it's got some Guns N' Roses' Welcome to the Jungle. In my opinion, perfect song choice, but I'll link the trailer down below so you can hear the whole thing with it, because really the sound, it just makes the trailer, to be completely honest. It switches back and forth between Guns N' Roses and bands playing Guns N' Roses and just bands playing in general. Really cool song. You got Chris Fowler kicking it off as well. So really good atmosphere in the trailer in general. But before we get too far into it, if you guys could subscribe and like the video, that will help me out a lot. Like I said before, I'm switching to college football content, so that would be awesome if you guys could subscribe. And we also have some more news when it comes to gameplay modes, which I know everybody's been looking for. There's some news on Team Builder. There's all kinds of news out there, so we'll jump into that as well after we look through the trailer here. Alright, let's kick it off. So to start things out, you see we've got a ton of tradition stuff, which, let's be real, that's what college football has always been about, and that's what these games have always been about, is going into the tradition. You get to see a lot of the teams that are in it, but to be honest, there's no real surprise. A lot of the big, just main powerhouse, Power 5 schools. This is about the point where Chris Fowler's talking, and you get to see a lot of these intros and things like that. You do get to see some smaller teams in here, which is kind of cool too. You saw Wyoming there. I think you see Duke a little later. You saw Bevo from Texas. Just a lot of stuff like that. It's cool that a lot of smaller schools made it in there. A little disappointed that, okay, you didn't make it in, but hey, you know, we'll see when the game starts. I'll still be loading up with them. Definitely a lot of emphasis on Notre Dame in this one. I don't know if, not necessarily just the trailer, but there's some pictures of them too, so I don't know if maybe them being an independent, it was kind of hard to get them or something. But either way, and then a lot of Michigan too, because Michigan obviously won the national championship. So, yeah, a lot of Michigan, a lot of Texas. Also, you got the cover athletes there, so you're going to have a lot of Colorado. Just a lot of tradition in general. And then nothing really going on the gameplay here, just a lot of kind of the realistic, you saw Pitt dunking there, things that would actually happen on the sidelines at a Pitt game. We don't really have anything gameplay wise, but you can see some really cool visuals here. You see Travis Hunter. Something I just realized was that it wasn't even Travis Hunter's quarterback throwing it to him there, so that was kind of odd. But really, I mean, it's just a cool trailer. I would definitely recommend going and checking out the full trailer from EA. Here's where we have some actual news on the game modes, gameplay, and other things like that. So this is actually gameplay starting things out with CampusIQ. I'm not going to read this to you because honestly, I'm sure that would bore you. I read it ahead of time, so I'll just give you some kind of cliff notes, and I'll link to the full thing down below in the description, so check that out if you want to. But the general gist of CampusIQ is basically one of the things that we saw there was the fast gameplay that it mentioned. That's something I think a lot of people have complained about with Madden, is that they would like the gameplay to feel a little bit more sped up. And honestly, in the past, to me, college football felt faster than Madden. Maybe I'm crazy for that, but I did feel like the gameplay was a little faster, so that might be kind of cool if they do that, and it might make it feel a little different than Madden, so I'm cool with that. On top of that, they mentioned wear and tear. Now, the wear and tear side of things is basically load management for your players, which, I mean, that's a good thing to put in the game, honestly, from a simulation perspective, because you look at what they do in college football, not everybody plays every single snap. That's just how it, that's not how it works. And that's why you recruit. The fact that we get to recruit this year is awesome. You recruit people behind your first line that can also come in and play and can take load off of the main guys. So that's cool that they put it in the game. Pre-snap recognition, it looks like they're putting a lot of emphasis on your seniors are probably going to have better awareness than your freshmen and things like that. That's how I read it, at least. Which I think is pretty cool, because honestly, to tell you the truth, that's real to college football as well. When you come in as a freshman, you're not going to really know what's going on compared to what you're doing in high school. In most cases, it takes a little bit to learn the game at the college level. So it's pretty cool that they added that, and that maybe your freshmen are going to take a little bit of development to get to where you want them to be. And then finally, they talk about the home field advantage, which, I mean, everybody expected it. It's a thing in Madden. It's also a big thing in college football. I think a lot of the crowds and bands and things like that I've seen ahead of time are going to be in there, and I think really it just rattling your opponent, I think it's just kind of something we expected, but it's cool to see it called out here. Next we have iconic atmospheres, which, let's be honest, that kind of goes along with the home field advantage, which is probably why they put it in this order. I will say what it mentions here, which is kind of cool, and something that had been rumored before as well, is that Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit are going to be calling the marquee matchups, but then also Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, David Pollock are going to be on the mic for some games, and then it sounded like there may be some other broadcast crews for smaller games in some of the leaks, so we'll have to see if that's the case, but we at least know that there's going to be multiple different broadcast crews, which is going to be kind of cool because in Madden that's something a lot of people have said. It'd be kind of cool to have different broadcast crews for different games, things like that, because that's how it really is in the NFL. So it sounds like that's going to be how it is in college football here. Kind of a nice touch. It should feel right, and it should make big games feel big. This, I'm sure, is what most of you came to see, is the game mode. So as you can see right away, we have Dynasty, and Dynasty is one that everybody's looking forward to. I love that they put it at the top because honestly, I think it's the thing that people are most hyped about. And what you see here is you have an online Dynasty of up to 32 players. That's huge. You're going to be playing with a lot of your friends on dynasties, making big college football dynasties. I am looking forward to that. I think that's a big bit of news there. The next piece is Road to Glory. One thing I thought was interesting here is it seems like Road to Glory has a lot of emphasis on your life off the field in terms of your GPA, in terms of just managing your schedule, things like that. So that's a pretty interesting, it's more simulation-like and more, I mean, if you think about what a college football player's life is, they have to manage their NIL, they have to go to school, they have to, I mean, they doubt you're doing your job, but that's still part of it, is some of them have jobs when it comes to people who don't have big NIL deals. So it's really cool that Road to Glory, you're going to be managing a lot of the off-the-field stuff. Then we've got Ultimate Team. I'm going to be playing a lot of Ultimate Team. It does mention across consoles here in yellow, so they're really wanting to highlight the fact that it sounds like there's going to be crossplay, which is really cool, and also something that's in Madden, so definitely a good feature to have. I'm going to be on the Ultimate Team modes a lot, but I'm also going to be showing you guys a lot of other stuff when it comes to content for non-Ultimate Team, like building dynasties with teams who may not have, the best track record, turning them into powerhouse conferences, schools. There's conference realignment too, so I might be doing some of that. But look forward to that content-wise for me, because I'm excited about a lot of those different things. And finally, on the gameplay modes, we have Road to the College Football Playoff, where it says you competitively battle to climb up the ranks. Now, I don't know, reading between the lines competitively, I don't know if that means it's online or it's an offline mode, but either way, it looks like it's a basic, maybe like a one-season type mode, where you try to take your school from wherever they have ranking-wise at the beginning of the year all the way up to the college football playoff. I think that one's going to be really cool, because if you think about it and you take somebody way down in the rankings, somebody that's barely in Division I, and you're trying to build up your rankings to get to where you can make the playoff, I think that could be really interesting. So I think that'll be a fun mode to play. I just don't know if it's going to be online or offline. The fact that it says competitive makes me think it could be online, but they don't really specify here, so we'll have to wait a little bit to find that one out. Last but definitely not least, we have Team Builder, which for those of you who want to build up a school and customize your school, you're going to be happy about this, because you're going to be able to do that. Now, one thing it does mention is that this is mainly for the offline modes, that you can import them into Dynasty and Play Now and things like that, but you're not going to be able to play online with them. I think the reason that probably is due to NIL things. So if somebody goes and creates a player that doesn't actually have their NIL deal signed with EA, I'm guessing that's probably why you can't take that stuff online. But it's still really cool that you'll be able to do an offline dynasty, and you'll be able to build up that school that you created. You can create whatever school you want to do that way and build them up, create their uniforms, things like that. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. I'm already seeing a lot online about people being excited about creating schools. So that's going to be really cool to see, and hopefully they have some kind of a like roster share or school share. They don't mention it here, but hopefully there's some kind of a system where people can create a roster and share it. You'll at least be able to use it for offline play. That's my hope at least. Nothing confirmed yet, but it's a good sign that there's a team builder in it in the first place. That's it for the news as we have it today. I'm still super hyped that we've got some new college football news. As you can see here, there's also some pictures they put out. I'm going to let those play across while I'm talking to you guys here on the outro. With some extra images, those are also on the link down below from the EA Sports launch. I think they called it a sideline report. But yeah, that's out there if you guys want to go look at it. But honestly, I am super hyped. I'm looking forward to it. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you excited about the modes? Was there something that was not listed that you were hoping was listed? Let me know. And let me know if you're excited about the 32-team online franchise. That sounds pretty cool. Dynasty, I mean. I'm pretty excited about all of it. I hope you guys are as well. But thank you guys for watching. Peace.